Hi, and welcome to a very special edition of my video podcast. I'm here with special guests for you today, but I hope you'll really learn a lot from their actual real-life experience using agile methods with what has been traditionally not done in agile approach. As my special guests tonight, I'd like you to give a warm welcome to Jillian Flayhip and Johanna Flayhip. And our dog Duncan. She's a very special guest tonight. So, I wanted to ask you guys to be here with me. You're a little bit shy and embarrassed right now, so it's okay.
No,
just relax a bit.
I'm not.
It's okay. So, wanted to share with folks what we did this weekend. So, how do we normally do chores? Maybe you can explain that to folks.
Normally, we, on, what is it?
Saturday morning?
Well, I meant what's this program on it?
Oh, we use Excel.
Yeah, we use Excel, and we have our chores list there, and then we put in our names of who's doing what chore, and we go back and forth on who starts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we print it off so we know
What chores we're doing.
So 1 week you'll go first, and the next week you'll go first.
Mm-hmm.
And going first means...
You get to choose your
first chore.
first chore.
Okay. And then...
And then the other person gets to choose,
And then we just go back and
Go back and forth. You load them all up to begin with.
Yeah.
And then you go off
We
and start
usually
again.
get 6 or 7 chores.
And sometimes we'll do them the night before, so if someone
Yeah.
wants to get an early start the
Yeah.
next morning.
And sometimes you can choose an extra chore
Mm-hmm.
if you want to.
Sometimes there's usually a couple left over.
Yeah. There's usually a couple left over.
Mm-hmm. So usually we do them all up front.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this weekend we did things a little bit differently. We
Yep.
had a group of people coming over from our homeowners association to visit
Mm-hmm.
and have our annual meeting, and we needed to get the house clean, specifically this downstairs area, right here actually.
Yeah.
And so what did we do?
We took sticky notes and wrote down what the chores were, and then we put ready, doing, and done up somewhere
We did it up
in
on,
separate
we did it
areas.
on the closet, and
So we used the closet like
yes,
a
we used the
board.
closet
Yes.
like a board because it had dividing areas, and like she said, we had the 3 categories, and our parents helped us list out all the chores.
And then we chose one chore and put it in doing, and then did that chore. And once we had finished it, you'd have parent approval on it, and then we would put it in finished.
And then we go and choose our next chore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for those of you who are in the know, you're recognizing a little Kanban going on here. Yes, I'm using Kanban with my children. It's very simple. Simple practice. They can do it. So, did that work well?
Yes,
Yeah.
it worked quite well, except we
Yeah.
came over a couple little bumps in the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear from
Jo-
Johanna what the first bump in the road was.
Well, one of the
Describe.
bumps was, for one of the chores, I was cleaning the tables. So I was washing off all the tables. And Mom and Dad added in, they said, oh, why not someone do dusting off the back of the chairs? So
The chairs around the
the
table.
chairs around the table, yeah. So I automatically assumed that, oh, that's part of my chore, okay? I'm doing the table, the chairs just come with it. It's a package deal.
But I thought that it was a separate chore.
So we both kind of started to do it, and
Yeah.
that didn't.
There
Yeah.
were 6 chairs, so we each did 3.
Eventually you worked out to...
Worked out.
Yeah.
We each dusted off 3 chairs. But that was a little bump, and we were stopped for a couple minutes trying to figure out what had happened and where we got off.
Yeah, it was confusing.
Yeah, because
Yes.
we were both thought we were
Yeah.
right, and we weren't sure where the
Yeah.
other one got that.
So the people who were putting the work up there, us, the product owners,
Yes.
didn't do a good job of communicating that this was new work, and we should have put it directly into the backlog, into the ready pile, instead of just telling you about it. See, this is the trouble. We just told her about it, and she started doing it, and that's just adding work mid task, and doesn't. You'll run into the same problems when you're working a software project. So what was another bump in the road? that
Another
we ran
bump in
into?
the road was Joe had picked out a chore, and she had picked another one. She had picked out a chore. She had picked out a chore that she wanted to do, and
but I'd actually left it in the ready pile on accident, but it had my little initial on it.
Yep, had her initial on it, and then I finished my thing before her, and I chose it by accident.
She picked it up and didn't see my name on it, and then she put her initials on it, stuck it in the doing pile, and started to do the chore that I had picked out.
But then Joe was like, I picked out that chore, and we had a little argument over that. Discussion, kind of.
A healthy discussion.
A healthy discussion.
And it worked out that I did the chore.
After quite a bit of arguing, because I tried to compromise and say that she could do either the toilet or the sinks.
Yep.
And she got her choice, but she decided that she didn't want to compromise, and eventually got the parents on her side. And
well, I don't know that we necessarily went on her side or the other side. What we said was, it was in the ready pile.
Yeah.
You can't have more than one thing in process at a time. It needs
which
it's
hadn't
hers.
really been laid down before.
It hadn't, so we didn't do a good job describing it. So again, it's the product owner's problem that we did not do a good job of describing how to make it work. So.
Yep. I probably want to do it again and redo it.
Yeah, I definitely want to try it again.
Use this process again?
Yes, because we've learned the little bumps, and now we know the process a little bit better.
So there won't be any more bumps at all?
Yeah, no, there'll still be some bumps, Dad.
But not as many as
we won't have the same bumps, I hope, because we've learned from our mistake.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be this coming Saturday that we'll use it. And we'll probably remember about the back of the chairs at the tables, if we're doing the tables again.
Well, and we'll probably try and do a better job of defining what the process is. Because I know part of the problem that we ran into with the one that you both wanted to do the same story, the same task, was that Johanna had completed a task, moved it into done, picked up the other one and started to want to work on it, but then you came and got me to approve and review it.
And so I had to set, because I knew, I had to set it back into the ready category. And
in case it wasn't really done.
In case it wasn't done. And while he was helping me review over there in the other room, Jillian finished with her chore, picked up that one and put it into the doing category.
So now we know that part of getting it to done
is having parent.
Is doing parental review.
Yep.
The stakeholder review or the product owner review. Parental review.
Reviewing it with someone else that knows what it should be like.
Higher.
I remembered a phrase that you said right at the beginning when we first put them up there. What did you say?
I said, so Dad, it's kind of like a relay, right?
Uh-huh.
So each chore, it's kind of like a different length of the race, and we're all working as a big team to get everything done by 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
2 o'clock is our deadline, or our finish time that we have to get to, and we have to get all these done. So it's kind of like a relay, right?
Yeah. Did it ever feel like you were working together as a team to do the chores before?
Yeah.
Before, using the other method?
Not really.
It just kind of felt like we were rushing to get the best chores, the easiest ones.
In the morning.
In the morning. We were tired, and we'd be like, I want to do this, and I hope she doesn't pick that one. And I know we both thought that before.
Yeah.
And we have. Then we both get our list, sometimes even the night before, and then we'd get up and rush to do it. Oh, and sometimes when we were cleaning our bedroom, one person would
do another
clean their half of the bedroom when the other person was doing a different chore.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then would have the parent review it, and the parent would say, okay, you should just happen, I would clean it while you were doing a different chore. And then she would come in and say, hey, that's not fair. This doesn't look like half.
Yeah.
And then we get into a big argument, and it never really felt like we were working together.
Yeah.
It always felt like we were competitors instead of teammates.
I think this method works really well because you don't have to rush through it, because if you have like 3 favorite chores that you want to do, you're probably going to get to do 2 of them at least.
Cool. Okay. So you do it again?
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll do it probably this coming weekend.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the show today. I appreciate you taking the time. And thank you. If you've got any questions for Johanna or Jillian or myself, please email at joseph@whitewaterprojects.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.